Most people think they're saving for retirement, but they're actually funding a slow-motion disaster. Right now, whether you know it or not, your retirement seat has already been assigned. And for 60% of you watching this, it's a seat you won't want to stay in. Today, I'm breaking down the 3 retirement classes that exist in America right now, showing you exactly which one you're currently on track for, and the specific moves that let people upgrade, even if you're starting in your 50s or 60s. There are exactly 3 retirement classes in America, and in the next 30 seconds, you're going to know which one you're in. Class 3, the survivor, still working past 70, skipping doctor visits to protect cash flow, one unexpected car repair away from falling behind. Class 2, the comfortable, bills are paid, there's some travel, there's a vacation fund, but there's also one big fear that never fully goes away. Class 1, the free, their money outlives them. They have options, not obligations. Retirement is a reward, not a risk management exercise. Here's what nobody tells you. The class you retire in isn't decided at retirement. It's decided right now, in choices most people don't even realize they're making. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which class you're currently on track for, and I'll show you the specific moves that let people upgrade, even starting in their 50s and 60s. Stay with me. Before I show you Class 1, I need to show you something most financial channels skip completely. Because the reason millions of hard-working Americans end up in Class 3 has almost nothing to do with what they earned. The pension system that your parents counted on? Gone. Replaced by a 401k plan that put all the risk on you and came with a manual that nobody handed you. Then 2008 happened. Then COVID. Then 8% inflation on a fixed income. Class 3 isn't where you end up because you were lazy. It's where millions of hard-working Americans end up, because the system quietly moved the goalposts, and nobody sent them a memo. Let me show you what this looks like in real life. This is Dwayne. He's 67. He has $180,000 in a 401k. And last month, he just found out his property taxes went up $400 a month. Dwayne isn't failing. Dwayne is being squeezed. Here's the number that most people don't run. If you have $200,000 saved right now, you feel okay. Maybe even a little relieved. Until you run the inflation math. At 3% inflation, which is actually below the historical average, your buying power gets cut in half every 20 years. That means the groceries you buy today for $200. In 20 years, the same cart costs $400. You're not just losing money. You're losing the ability to eat the way you eat right now. If this sounds like your current path, stop. Don't panic. And don't click away. The upgrade framework I'm going to walk you through at the 10-minute mark was built specifically for people who feel like they've run out of time. But right now I want to give you the Class 3 survival rule. The one move that buys you breathing room while you rebuild. Stop paying down your low-interest mortgage if your monthly cash flow is negative. I'll explain exactly why that's the right move in Section 4, but remember that. It matters. The full upgrade framework lands at the 10-minute mark, but the single move that gets people out of Class 3 faster than anything else. It's not what your advisor told you, and it's not a bigger paycheck. Stay with me. Most people watching this are either here or one smart decade away. And honestly, this is a win. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You paid your dues. You showed up. You saved when saving was hard. That's not nothing. That's actually everything. Class 2 looks like this. Somewhere between $400,000 and $1.2 million saved, Social Security coming in, maybe a small pension, monthly income covering the bills, a vacation fund, some room to breathe. Take Carol. She's 63. Started saving seriously at 52 after her divorce. Made 3 moves in her early 60s that most people her age never make. She crossed into Class 2 without ever earning a 6-figure salary. That's not luck. That's sequence. And I'm going to show you that sequence in a few minutes. But here's what nobody warns Class 2 retirees about. And this is the part that should make you uncomfortable. You have just enough to lose everything if one thing goes wrong. Healthcare cost shock in year 1 of retirement. Before Medicare kicks in at 65, private coverage can run $1,200 to $1,800 a month. For a couple, That's potentially $3,600 a month. Gone. Before you've bought a single grocery. Sequence of returns risk. If the market drops 25% in your first year of withdrawal, the math permanently changes. You never fully recover. An adult child who needs help. A parent who needs care. One of those events, just one, is the invisible tax that wipes out Class 2 every single year. Most people think Class 2 is the finish line. It's not. It's the danger zone. Because here, you have just enough to feel safe, and just enough to lose it all. The retirees who fall out of Class 2 back into Class 3, they all have one thing in common, and I'll show you exactly what that is in the upgrade section. Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you in Class 1 isn't what you think wealth looks like. And it's closer than you realize. Class 1 isn't a yacht. It's not a second home in Florida. It's not a number with 7 figures that feels completely out of reach. Class 1 is something much simpler, and much more powerful. It's income you cannot outlive. The moment your money generates more than you spend, every single month, you have crossed into Class 1. That number is probably lower than you think. And for a lot of people watching this, it's within reach in this decade. Meet Robert. He's 71. He never made more than $78,000 a year. He made one major financial decision at age 57 that changed his entire retirement trajectory. Not a hot stock tip, not a windfall. A decision about income architecture, about building streams that don't depend on him showing up. Robert is Class 1, not because of what he earned, because of what he built. Here's what Class 1 people do that Class 2 people don't even know exists. First, they think in income streams, not balances. A $900,000 portfolio sounds impressive, but a $3,800 monthly dividend income that never requires selling a share. That's a different kind of safe. Second, they protect sequence before they chase growth. They have 12 to 18 months of living expenses in cash equivalents so that a market drop in year 1 doesn't force them to sell at the worst time. Third, they've made the one tax decision that most people discover too late. I'll name it in the upgrade section. It's Move 4. Now here's where it gets practical. Because knowing the 3 classes means nothing if you don't know the exact moves that let you climb. And the upgrade works even if you're already 60. Here's the framework.
Move 1. The boarding pass. Move. We're not done. Because the 4 moves I'm about to show you, this is where the actual upgrade happens. And one of them is something 90% of you are actively doing right now, that's sabotaging your Class 1 status. You might even think it's an investment. Move 1 is what I call the boarding pass move. Because without this, none of the other moves work. You need to know your actual retirement income number. Not the number you hope to have. Not the number your advisor built on optimistic returns. The number that covers your real life, including inflation, healthcare, and the unexpected. Most people have never calculated this. They have a vague target. I want $1 million, but no specific monthly income bridge between now and the day they stop working. Here's how to build it in 10 minutes. Take your current monthly expenses. Add 20% for healthcare. Add another 10% buffer for the unexpected. That's your baseline retirement income target. Now work backwards from that number to figure out what portfolio size generates it. That's your real boarding pass. Without it, you're flying blind. Move 2. The expense that's quietly killing your Class 1 status. Move 2. And I need you to hear this carefully, because this is the one expense that 90% of you are paying right now, that is actively sabotaging your Class 1 status. You might even think it's an investment. It's whole life insurance sold to you in your 50s as a retirement vehicle. The cash value grows slowly. The fees compound quietly. And the commission your agent earned when you signed. That's the reason it was sold to you so enthusiastically. For most people in their 50s and 60s, term is enough. Take the premium difference, put it into a Roth IRA or a low-cost index fund, and let compounding do the work the insurance company was pocketing. That single swap can add $40,000 to $80,000 to your retirement outlook over a 10-year window. Move 3. The timeline reality check. Move 3 is the one that makes the math real. If you're 55 with $150,000 saved, and you increase your savings rate by $500 a month, you add roughly $102,000 in 10 years at a 6% average return. That's not a miracle. That's arithmetic. If you're 62 with $300,000 saved and delay Social Security to 70, you permanently increase your monthly benefit by up to 32%. On a $1,800 benefit, that's an extra $576 a month for life. That's $6,912 a year, every year, that you cannot outlive. The upgrade isn't about getting rich quick. It's about stacking permanent income improvements that compound over the rest of your retirement. Move 4, the class crossing signal. Move 4 is the tax decision I mentioned in Section 3, and it's the one that Robert made at 57 that changed everything. If you have money in a traditional IRA or 401k, and you're in a low-income year, maybe between jobs or newly retired, that is the window to do a Roth conversion. You pay taxes now, at a lower rate, so your future self never has to. Every dollar in a Roth IRA is a dollar that grows tax-free, withdraws tax-free, and is never forced out by required minimum distributions. When your Roth generates enough monthly income to cover your baseline expenses, that's the signal. That's the moment you've crossed into Class 1. Income you cannot outlive. Taxes you already paid. Freedom you built.
Here's what I want you to take away from this. The class you're in right now is not the class you have to retire in. The math works, even when you think you've started too late. The moves exist. The window is open. And the people who end up in Class 1 aren't smarter than you. They just got the right information at the right time. This was that time. Tell me in the comments, which class are you currently in? And which one are you aiming for? No judgment, no wrong answer. Just be honest. I read every comment. And if you want to know the single biggest threat that silently knocks Class 2 retirees back down to Class 3, sometimes overnight, without a single bad investment decision, watch this next.